Hey guys, I know you're used to seeing me out here shooting steel at the range pretty often. I like steel, I like the reactiveness of steel, and I like the torso, the humanoid type shape of steel. But you know, sometimes steel is not the best thing to shoot. Sometimes you might be shooting a little more close quarters, say if you're doing some training close quarters, and it's just still not as realistic as some of the targets out there. And I know some people are queasy about making a humanoid style target. I have found a target that I'm really fond of. This is the Mario target from TAT 3D. Guys, the Mario target here is a pretty cool system. It's a polyurethane target. It's a self-healing target. By that, what I mean is whenever you shoot this thing, it doesn't leave a gaping hole. The holes somewhat close up on themselves with the polyurethane contracting back again to its normal size. So it's going to leave your holes a whole lot smaller than whenever the round actually hit them. We're going to show you that here in a minute. The thing I like most about it, it gives you a humanoid, a lifelike torso, head. You put clothes on the thing. Yes, you can do a lot more than that because all the joints move. So like you can see right here, I actually have a gun in his hand, a Glock, a real gun. You can actually put that in here, and if you'll notice, it will actually hold in a normal position, threatening position, so to speak. You can bend the hands, you can bend the elbow, you can bend at the shoulders. The head can come off. One cool thing that I like about it also is that you can also take off this plate here. Typically, you're gonna be making mostly torso shots, right? This torso right here, this torso plate can be removed, and it shows vitals on the back side of the torso plate also. So it's really cool. You can see where you're hitting your target. And again, when you wear this piece out, you don't have to throw the whole target away. You simply change that out. You can also put things such as a knife, a threatening knife. If you're trying to train your folks to get used to what it looks like having a human torso coming at you. Let me move this sucker here before I get in a bind. If you're trying to train your folks on what it's like to get used to visually seeing a humanoid coming at you or attacking you, this is a good way to do it because the mind is going to be used to seeing that. When you're shooting at paper targets, very rarely are we attacked by paper targets. This is more likely something we're going to see. One thing that I'm going to be using in a lot of my videos that I'm doing is I'm going to be able to show an attacker, and in some cases with an actual hostage directly in front of them. So I can dress one in good guy clothes and one in bad guy clothes, whatever that is, who knows, right? So many people have been squeamish for so many years about making a target that, oh my God, it looks like a human. Look, guys, let me tell you something. I hunt, right? I hunt a percentage of the time that I carry a gun or that I have a gun. Most of the time that I have a gun, it's for self-protection, and it's usually not against a deer. The Second Amendment was not written about deer and about hunting. It was about protecting yourselves from other people. This is the kind of training that I prefer. Let's look at the effects that the actual rounds have on them. I want you guys to see how cool it is, how this thing closes up around those rounds and self-heals itself to where you can use this thing upwards to, they say 8,000 to 10,000 rounds these things can take. Let's see what it looks like. All right, guys, I have 124 grain Armscore jacketed hollow points here, 9mm. I want you guys to see the effect that this hollow point has on this self-healing target, but also notice how close I am. I'm 8, 9, 10 feet away from this thing. You're never going to be able to achieve that safely with a steel target. So again, this is a pretty cool thing here. All right, here we go, guys. I'm going right for the center of the torso. All right, guys. Let's take a look. Okay, notice how small my holes are. Yeah, you can see them, which is a good thing. I want to be able to see where I'm hitting. But at the same time, my target's not ruined. I can shoot anywhere in this same region and I'm still going to be okay. Let's look at the back of it. All right, I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this, but I have, let's see, right here, 2 little pin pricks right here in the spine. One right there and one right there. Literally looks like pin pricks where it entered, and this is where the rounds exited. No damage to my target whatsoever. All right, you want a larger caliber? So do I. 230 grain Armscore 45 ACP. I'm a little bit closer, same spot. All right, let's see what kind of damage we got. You can see where my two 9mm were. These were hollow points. Notice the hollow points actually left a bigger mark because, again, it expanded whenever it hit. But if you'll notice, those are Full Metal Jackets, 45 caliber, 230 grain, a bigger piece of lead, but made a much smaller hole. That's probably about the size of a pen or a pencil, a pencil, poking that versus what that hollow point did. Now, let's face it, guys, we're mostly going to be using not a jacketed hollow point or any kind of hollow point for practice rounds. We're going to be using ball ammo. So this is more indicative of what we're going to be experiencing on a regular basis from a training standpoint. Let's look at the back of it. Even less of a mark, you really can't see it. No point in even showing. Just to the I guess victim's right of his spine. Got a lung there. Okay, guys, if you're like me, it's not just handgun rounds that you typically train with. How about a 308, 7.62 by 51? Let's see what kind of damage we can do with a high-powered round like this and a big hunk of lead. Same spot, guys. All right, guys, that's where I hit him with the 308 round. And let's see here. A little bit more damage coming out, the exit wound there. That's where it came out versus these other guys up here, the 45 and the 9mm. You can see the 308 definitely leaves a bigger wound channel coming out the back. But from the front, it's no different. Actually, it's smaller than your 45 ball ammo. Excuse me, that's the 9mm jacketed hollow point, and that's the 45 ball ammo. So you can see the wounds on the front, the damage to the front, very, very, very minimal. Now, I like shotguns. I train with shotguns. How about a Sabot slug in a 12 gauge shotgun? How about that? I'm guessing that we might incur a little bit of damage with a Sabot slug. Let's see what it does here. All right, how about a headshot? We hadn't shot him in the head yet. All right, that's our 12 gauge Sabot slug. That's a big, big chunk of lead that hit this guy right here. That's where we hit him in the face, blasted off part of his nose. This guy's gonna be breathing either a whole lot better or a whole lot worse, depending on what it did once it entered. Let's look at the back of it. First of all, let's see here. You know what? The Sabot slug has less damage exiting, and that's a heart shot too, by the way, has less damage exiting than our 308 did. Of course, that's ballistics, right? That's simple physics. But yeah, that's a Sabot slug, 12 gauge exiting right there. And I mean, it closed up really good on the inside there. That's where it hit him in the nose. So that's pretty cool, man. That's very, very minimal damage to this guy. Yeah, you see a little bit of cosmetic damage right there, but again, I mean, other than maybe not getting the date that he usually would get with that handsome face that he had on this side, he's still going to be able to function just fine on the range. Now, one thing that I thought was pretty cool was if you look at the back of the head here of Mario, there's actually some screw holes right here, and you notice a flat place on the back here. That's for an aftermarket steel plate that can go on there, a reactionary target. So if you want to kind of get the best of both worlds and get the audible sound of hitting steel along with being able to have the visible appearance of a torso, you can actually bolt that to the back of the head. Now, I don't have one, but what I thought would be kind of cool and kind of reactionary would be putting a soda in there. I've got a Barks Red Cream Soda here, red, for no particular reason. And this hole here is just big enough for me to shove this guy right in there and give me a reactionary target. And if you notice, it's right in line with the nose. So that's going to give me something to shoot at, and for other reasons that you might want to shoot right in that area, if you know what I mean. All right, we're going to take this one down with my 45. Here we go. Daddy likes. That's cool. I like that a lot. Look, guys, of course there's other targets out there you can shoot at. They're just not the same. This thing here is light, coming in at under 30 pounds. It's got a target stand. You'll notice I shot this thing with several different calibers, including a high-powered 308. High-powered, the left loves to use that term. Didn't knock it over, didn't rock it. A lot of those stands out there, a lot of other targets you shoot at, they have a tendency to rock and fall over when you hit them with a bigger round. A 12 gauge Savage slug in the nose, and this guy still didn't move. The fact that you can pose this thing, the fact that you can dress this thing, the fact that you can shoot it with pretty much anything, it doesn't leave any remarkable damage on it. The fact that you can replace some of the things on it. This other guy that I just tossed on the ground, when you're done with it, throw him in the trash. You don't have to throw this guy in the trash. You're looking at an MSRP for this whole setup around 600 bucks. How much money do you spend on paper? Seriously. And how much is steel? I buy a couple of plates of steel equivalent to this guy. I'm gonna spend 600 bucks on good steel, AR-500 steel. I don't need AR-500 steel. I can shoot this bad boy. I love the versatility of this, and I hope you guys will check them out. Go look at one yourself. Military law enforcement, why would you spend any money on paper when you can use these guys? You can go out and spend thousands of dollars on paper and you're throwing it away, you're tossing it away. You know another thing you can do with these guys that you can't do with paper? You wanna do some all-weather training? Right here, guys. I love these TAT-3D targets. Mario, we're gonna rename this guy. In fact, we may have some kind of a contest. You guys email me at paul@legallyarmedamerica.com. Tell me what we should name this guy. This is the bad guy. We're gonna probably have another one out here that we're gonna dress up as the good guy for hostage type situations. Tell me what you think we should name this thing, and we'll give away something. We'll give away an X Products drum, or we'll give something away. And yeah, send me just put in the subject line Mario in the subject line. Again, to paul@legallyarmedamerica.com, and we'll choose a winner in the coming weeks, and we'll send something out to you guys. But again, TAT-3D, this is the Mario version. They have other things that you can add on to it. I saw metal plates you can put on the torso as well if you want that reactionary target on this part of it. I tend to like this right here. Big fan of these guys. Hope you'll check them out.